Good morning. Putting on my glasses. Let me change my chat to all messages. Good morning to whoever is here. I'm getting myself situated. I'm not quite there yet. All right, let's see. Good morning, Melanie. We'll go here. Good morning, Teresa. I'm just going to start sewing, so I am working on that panel quilt. Hopefully I can get this from this pile that's here. What can I say? It's been an adventure since I last saw you all. I'm on the mend. I figured I'll give you all the crazy gossip and juice and tea later on. But right now I am just working on trying to put this together. It was a little trying, but you know what? It came out pretty good. Franken-pieced as much as I could. Good morning. Oh yeah, sorry, I thought I saw someone else come in. Am I feeling better? Physically, I am feeling better every day. I will tell you, this morning I was debating on canceling or not going on. I'm really achy. I don't know what I had. I tested for COVID and all that stuff, and nothing came to that. I guess I would classify it as I had yuck. and on top of having yuck, I had a lot of personal issues going on, and which made things just like not enjoyable. And I will talk more about that later. I just feel like there's been a dark cloud since I got sick in November. And just when I think I'm out of it, the dark cloud returns. That's part of life. We all have issues. Did you buy? Yes. Yeah, I did. Honey had yuck for about one day, and then it went away. He's also on the mend. And we've been doing this all with only his car because both of my cars are down and out. That's where the dark cloud comes in. And so it's been a little crazy. Oh, I keep forgetting. I have that blanket to remind me to call the winners, but I never put the winners in a basket so I could call it. I have to do that when I get, and of course the information is on my phone that I need. Hello, Living with MS. So yeah, it's been a lot. It has definitely been a lot. So, but I'm making it through. There's maybe will be some changes in the future. I'm not even sure exactly what I'm doing yet. So let's see. I think we have some of our, I just don't want to have to say it twice, so I'll just wait. I'll wait till like, I don't know, 7 or so. And then we'll go on what's happening. It definitely can be trying. Sometimes life can be trying in some ways. All right, so what I'm doing here, Melissa, yes, Melissa, thank you. Melissa, how are you doing? Melanie, how are you doing? Teresa, how are you doing? How are you all doing? I've spent a lot of time thinking of like future projects to do, and I'm not in a slump, but I will be going away, and I don't want to necessarily bring with me, like, I don't want to say work. I don't want to bring sewing that necessarily has a pattern to it. I'm thinking about when we go camping of just bringing a whole bunch of scraps and seeing what I could create with it. Physically, how could I know my mental state right now? I don't know. But I just remind myself that I don't know what I remind myself. I remind myself to keep marching on, I guess. That's what I do. I haven't even been sewing that much, and I'm behind on a lot because I just wasn't well. I really wasn't. Whatever I had just hit me so hard, and just so hard. It really did. All right, let me see where I am because I feel like I'm getting lost in something here. So this goes this way. So let me press this. And then this piece goes here. And these are all my, what you're looking at is my sashed, and whatever is too big, we're just gonna cut. We're just, we're just trim here and there and everywhere. So yeah, like I'm saying, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna bring scraps and just create. I'm in a mood when I have so much on my mind. I feel crumb quilting, random quilting, quilting for no reason, or shall I say sewing for no reason, is the best medicine for me. You're doing well. Well, that's good. Good morning, Loretta. Crazy. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one crazy in 1 week. It's like, give me a break, please. Give me a break. I normally don't break down too often. I think my honey has ever seen me cry, but I don't know. A handful of times. I don't even think he saw me cry that much when my dad passed away, even though I was very upset. It just wasn't there in my grieving state. But man, this poor man has seen me be crazy for the last couple of days. But like everything else. Good morning, Joyce. All right. And then when someone's not feeling well, you're already on, I don't know, for me, like if you're not feeling well on top of just the dark clouds of destruction, you just are a little bit more sensitive, right? Okay. Did you get your, yeah. That's one. That is something else. Good morning from Melbourne. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Tarabon? Hi, Joe. Well, I could be doing better, but I'm getting through. I am muddling my way through. So at 7 o'clock, I will explain a whole bunch. I was sick. That is the truth. But there is also other things going on, and that need my attention as well. And I am going to try to do as much as I possibly can, but sometimes you may run out of time. There's only so many hours in the day. Let's see. Okay, so I am right now sewing up that panel quilt debacle that we had. So, yeah. Hardworking lady. Oh, yep, and it's about to get even more working. So that's the thing. So and in with this dark cloud of everything. I officially will have to get a second job. Will it be a second um, full time job? I hope not. I'm hoping it'll just be a second, hold on, let me see, a second part time job. Which means, which I was going to wait till 7, which means I don't know if I'm going to be doing morning lives. I don't even have the second job yet. So kind of have a lead yesterday, which was good because I needed it. So it's, the thing is, how tired will I be? That's the question, is how tired will I be? Will I be so tired that I can't do a morning live? I have no idea. That's your daily routine. So, and I will still be doing my sewing, my sewing that I do for, that I get paid to do. And I'm going to try to keep my YouTube channel alive. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I am going to figure out maybe how to put a lot of my quilt tops, even though they have not been quilted, because honestly, I don't know when I would have time to quilt them. Maybe they will be put up slowly, the ones that are quilted already, and maybe some quilt tops. I just haven't figured it out. I was talking to Honey. I don't have any more time to be able to put stuff on eBay and try to figure out how to do that. That would help me out so much because basically I need fast cash. Little. So I'm figuring it out. So basically, the whole thing is both of my cars are down and out. They're both. My dad's car, which is the Mustang, needs major, major work. And now my car needs beyond major work. Not only have I been sick, but I have been not arguing, but I have been on the phone quite a bit with Honda. And this is why I want to do this at 7. And I'm actually going to do a separate video on this because I'm sure I am not the only one out there experiencing a manufacturer defect when they assembled this car. Let's just put it this way. They've had this problem because I've done a lot of research while I've been sick, and there's a lot of people out there with this problem, and they've even actually recalled some cars with this problem, but my VIN number was not recalled even though I have the exact same problem. So instead they want like $6, $7, $8,000 to fix a problem that I really feel was done during manufacturing or putting together these cars. Yeah, exactly. I am the school helper. So whatever they need in the school with the little kiddos, that's me. Yeah, but Melanie, they're arguing that it doesn't because it's out of warranty. Well, no, really? I know it's out of warranty. The car is from 2017. I'm not loaded. I have to drive my car until it can't drive anymore. And that car will drive another 200,000 miles. It's a Honda, okay? I am a diehard Honda owner. I have owned Hondas my entire life. That's all I ever owned. I have had a Pilot. I have had a Civic. I've had a Fit. But let me tell you, into a year, I call this my nightmare Honda car, because ever since within a year of owning this car, there's been these strange leaks, and they have fixed them and they've replaced stuff, and I go and complain about it all the time. But it was leaks that were going into my hatchback, in which I have to unscrew the hatchback to drain out the water when there is a big thing. I mean, this has been an ongoing thing. I battled with them with me. And then it went into the lights. Well, now it's raining inside my car. Yes. When I mean it's raining inside my car, it literally is raining inside my car. And it ruined the seats, and everything is moist and smells in there. And yes, my honey doesn't see me cry very much, but I had a traumatic day yesterday. Okay, well, I told Honda after, I said, listen, I've been real calm about this, but I'm not going to be calm about this anymore. Hi, Deb. I said, you've known I've had issues with weird leakage in this car. I said, I'm going to put it out. I said, I have a YouTube page. Yeah, I have followers. I said, if I need to, I will make crazy shorts and get this out there, because I said, I am sure I am not the only one whose car is having this issue. And if I said, you really want to try a class action lawsuit, because I'm right there with it right now. And so, which now leaves me, I can't drive my Mustang. And that one I really can't drive. At least this car I could drive. It just rains on me. And floods. So so when I took it to be diagnosed on Monday morning at 7, even though I was sick, we dropped off the car. I paid the ridiculous fee that they charge you for 1 hour. Who makes $170 an hour? But that's what they charged me for diagnosing the whole thing, like what's wrong, why the car is leaking. Yeah. They say, well, sorry, ma'am, that's what we get, $170 an hour, because I was at the dealer. And then they said, oh, everything is great. The car is maintained beautifully. This, the whatever tracks, when you have a sunroof or something, you have these drain holes and whatnot. Oh, that's all nice and well maintained. Well, yeah, no crap. I take care of my cars so that they last like I do. I do all my work here with you guys. I bought this car here. You know everything about this car. Should it be raining inside my car and flooding? No. The answer is no, it should not. So the gentleman calls me and says, well, ma'am, everything is beautiful, but we're going to have to take down the headliner to finish diagnosing the car. So I'm like, so what is that, another hour? He's like, no, that will be $1,400. I said, $1,400? $1,400 to take down the roof headliner. The headliner is the top carpety looking thing in the car. He said, yes. I was like, oh, does that mean that's going to be with it fixed? He goes, oh no, that's only for diagnostic. He says, then after we diagnose it, then we'll give you a total of how much the fix will be. I just said to him, do you think I have that kind of money laying around? Do you honestly think I have that kind of money laying around so something can be diagnosed and not fixed? And he's like, well, how are we going to get it fixed if we can't diagnose it? I go, well, that's why I paid you your hour, whatever it was. He goes, yes, but all that was just regular diagnostic. This is beyond regular diagnostic. So I called Honda. I'd been dealing with them since yesterday. And I just picked up my car. I said, don't do anything more to just let me pick up my car. Because when my honey and I looked at like everything that we found, and it's a very expensive fix. Other people have fixed it because Honda wouldn't put their car in the recall, or wouldn't acknowledge this, or wouldn't do any of this. And so we're talking about like an $8,000 fix. Teresa, the sad thing is I really am sick. Now I'm sick in the head because I've been mind bleeped. And I can't even say the bleep this whole week. So Amy, can you hear me? When my phone rings, it goes crazy. Did I lose you all? Wait, oh, my bad. What? Yes, you can. All right. I just saw a call going through. I'm just going to run downstairs really quick and make sure that this dark cloud hasn't poured on me again. Oh, here. Oh. Okay. I see what my son is. He's texting me now, but you guys can see. So yeah, so I picked up the car. And they're like, you do real? I said, I have no choice. So I picked up the car, and I'm just gonna have to put a tarp on it. So is it raining? No, it's not supposed to rain till 1 o'clock. So I'm going to put a tarp on the car. when it's not raining until we can figure something out. As someone said, well, what did someone say? Someone said to me, well, this is a good time to trade in your car. I go, yeah, it would be a fabulous time if so, for me to trade in my car if I was in that place to be able to do that. I said, I'm in a place now I can't even do the headliner because if it was that they said that's how much it was to take the headliner off and fix it, I would be like, I could see that. Okay. I could chop that up, but yeah. So, they were sickeningly sweet on the phone at Honda, the corporation, I wish we could do more. So what they wanted me to do is they said they couldn't assist me anymore until I got the car fully diagnosed. And I said, well, you have that. He goes, no, fully. It means you have to pay that, whatever, $1,500. Cost me $5. Yes. To fully diagnose it. And I said, well, I don't have that, and I shouldn't be that because my car's been leaking. You see it. You've replaced stuff even under warranty. So I have the car, and for right now, I'm just going to be putting tarps on it when it rains. Because other than that, it drives fine. The car drives fine. There's no issues with, I hope to God. Let me knock this because I may jinx myself. It's just, yeah. So we're figuring it out. So between the two cars needing work, and now I'm like, well, I just said to my son, well, we might have to fix the Mustang first, because it's a cheaper fix, because that's only 5,500, 5,500, yes, 5,500, versus the possible 8,000. So I said, if I gotta fix something so I can get around, I said it's gonna probably be the other one. Do I prefer that? Not really, because it's all right, but hold on, here it is. And so then we got talking, and then I did reach out to the NTS something, where you report when cars are unsafe or you have had an incident. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I wasn't really all looking. So, okay. I thought I lost myself there for a second. So there's a national thing, and when you have a problem with your car, you're supposed to go there, so it helps them recall cars. So I gave them uploaded all my information about my car and that kind of stuff. and so that's where I'm at. It's from them. Oh, did I just put this wrong? I think I did. No, I didn't. Here it is. Hold on. I've got to figure out where I'm at. I'm lost. Oh, here we go. Give me a second. So there, this goes here. Okay. So I put in a thing with them. They say it takes 24 to 48 hours. They should get back to me. So I'm definitely going to follow up on that. And then I am going to do probably some shorts and stuff and see if there's other people who own Hondas, because it's not only to this model. There's other models, multiple models that are affected. And seeing if anybody's out there, because maybe making a little noise will help me out, because this is not fair. I bought that car brand new, and I have taken care of it. I've not driven it to the drugs of things. That person just created an account and eye trolling. Oh, I must have missed some fancy stuff. Excuse me. The cough is still there. That just started. Good morning, Barb. So I'm going to start putting this up here because I feel like I'm getting a little lost. So that's what I've been up to. Been sick. Been dealing with the cars. And then to top it all off yesterday, because that wasn't bad enough. And you know me, I am a cheery, don't like to like be a Debbie Down. Well, that's Debbie's not a downer, but that's the saying. A downer, but I'm just saying this is where my mental health, besides being sick, this is where my mental health is. I give everybody a chance. And hold on. And there we go. We're getting somewhere. So I get an email from the quilt shop where my machine is at. And that's not good news. So they regretfully informed me, after putting in hundreds of dollars into into this machine to try to get it going to where it needs to go, they informed me that those fixes worked. It was great. And they have been sewing on it all week to make sure that there's no problem before I pick it up. Well, today they went to sew on it, and there's a problem. It went back out of whack, and hold on. Yeah, okay. It went back out of whack, and we're back to square one. So they called Baby Lock, right? Because that's what Baby Lock recommended and all this. So Baby Lock got back to them and basically said, you're going to have to replace the whole feed dog system. It will cost you $750. So we're back to the $750, but now it's even more. $750, but it is back ordered. Here we go. It is back ordered, and we do not know when the part is coming in. They're suspecting the estimation of sometime in the summer. And so that's what they're quoting me now for this part that's out of stock. So you know that when summertime comes, you know it's going to be a different price. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to know that I don't think it's going to stay at that price. So that's that. But that's only for the part, because it's $200 to install the part. The installation of the part is $200. And on top of that, this can only be done at Baby Lock. So I have to pay for the quilt shop. I have to pay the quilt shop to mail it to Baby Lock and come back and the postage back. So basically, I called her up, and I said, regrettably, I don't have that kind of money, being that I need a car more than I need a sewing machine now. And regrettably, I'm just picking up the broken sewing machine and paying the hundreds of dollars I put into it to try to fix it. And that's where we're at. So my honey asked me what I'm going to do about the sewing machine. I said I'm going to pick it up. And I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. It's not ideal. I will tell you that as much as I love this and using the other one for the decorative stitching, I do see a difference in my sewing as far as, my sewing for a business, right? I have a business. People pay me money so that I can make quilts so that they can put in publication. I see a difference. I see a difference in just everything. And it's a learning curve. Maybe I'll learn better with this machine. It's not bad. I mean, I'm meticulous, so I take things out. It's just I've been taking a lot of things out to make things perfect. With the other machine, I rarely ever did that, right? So therefore, it's just going to be what it is. Good morning. Thank you again for the lovely box. It was very touching opening it. Oh, you're welcome, Pat. I did return your message last night. So it is what it is. You know, the dark cloud remains. It'll it'll pass eventually. So we're just gonna make do. I will just have tarps on my car when it's raining and figure it out. And I will sew with this stuff here. I will make sure that I do give away that blanket tomorrow. I'm gonna put myself on this thing because the saga of the sewing machine is over with. I'm over it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I don't care anymore because that's the least of my problems right now is the sewing machine. So I'll be picking up the sewing machine this week, and I don't know. I don't know even what I'm going to do with it. It's not working. So I mean, it works. It sews. It turns on the lights on, but it doesn't do stitching appropriately. It doesn't feed. Um, so therefore, I'm going to write myself to make lists. There is about, I want to say, if I'm right, there's about six or seven people that made a donation to my PayPal account to be entered for the raffle. So I am going to get those names out this week, and I will use that money to put towards paying this bill of the broken sewing machine and go from there. I had that crud forever to start feeling better. So, yeah. So I can't even think about it. As far as the Puerto Rico house thing, I told my mom yesterday I'm not putting electricity in the house. So I was actually thinking about working throughout the summer, but my husband said you're going to kill yourself if you do that. So please don't do that. He says I cannot support you. She says if you want to do a second job, this thing that I may be doing. At least I'll tell you, it is. It would be like what I did before, which I was a companion for an older woman, and not so young woman. Let's just say that, not so young woman. I was a little companion. After school, I went over. I made coffee. We made tea. We talked. How was her day? I went through the mail with her. It wasn't anything very strenuous. It would be something I would do for free, but she insisted on paying me, and that I needed the money for my daughter's health bills at that time. And I went on the weekends. I'd cook dinner for her and make sure she was all settled for the night. And there might be someone in the community who is looking for the same thing. And so they already have someone, but as this woman is progressing, they may need more help. So I would be more of a on-call situation. But of course, after school, I'm not available until I told them until about 4:30 or 5 after school. So, but he said you should not work. That kind of stuff he was okay with, but definitely not working through the summer. And last night I had decided he's probably right. I would kill myself if I worked because that I did tell the doctors the summer is coming 33 days until school ends and that I would give my body a rest for the summer. So I am going to do that. I'm just not going to put electricity in the home. I have the one panel that has electricity, which runs the refrigerator right now. And I use extension cords, as you saw, to run my sewing machine. And I don't need I don't need full house electricity to enjoy myself there. It's Puerto Rico. I'm going to be outside of the house anyway, right? I'll borrow my mom's generator. We'll be all good. And maybe the following year I'll be able to put electricity in because the part of the electricity actually wasn't costing much, but now I got to take that money and figure it out for the car situation. But yeah, sometimes life throws you lemons, right? And you have to make lemonade. That's right, Melody. That's what I said. I said, honey, would you mind camping for 2 months straight? The house. He says, nope. We have running water because we have a running toilet because he put the septic system. Good thing that when he went there over the winter, I used that money. I mean, it would be great if I had that money now, but he has the septic system in there. He's got plumbing in there, and we do have that. You can so yes, I know, Pat. So I don't know what I'm doing for Memorial Day. We are going camping. I had already booked that. It's paid for. It's been done. It's not much. I stay in a, you know me, I stay in a state camp. It's, I think, $10 a day or whatever it is. And my daughter normally takes care of that for me. Um, so I think for Memorial Day, I'm just bringing that week or weekend or whatever it is that we're doing there. Um, I'm gonna just bring scraps and just with no patterns. I'm serious. I'm thinking I'm just bringing the scraps and it's gonna be creative. So maybe I will bring red, white, and blue scraps, Pat. But right now, other than the work, I have work I have to do. My sewing, my free time sewing is going to be, I need creativity now. I need to not follow any rules because, right? And this goes for everything, even little kiddos. When we have a very, how I want to say, a very regimented life, like, where we have no control, right? Because life controls us in a way, and we have to do things. It's rules, it's getting through life. In a way, you have no control because those are things that are controlled by life. So when one doesn't have to be controlled by something, that's your time for your creativity, for you to relax. That's why sewing is so good for PTSD and mental health, because this is a time that you can take for yourself, right? To get you through whatever you need to get through in life without rules and regulations. So I will follow patterns that are sent to me. Please send me your patterns. If you're out there and you're deciding to say, "Oh, I can't send Leanna any more stuff. She's overtaxed." No, please send me your stuff. I'm happy to sew it because that helps me with my achievements in life. So yes, keep sending the stuff, Fran. If you see this, don't worry about it. I can do it. But as far as for me sewing, I'm at a place right now that I just need to sew randomly, like no sense, maybe no pattern, and even something as simple as this right now, maybe or even too much for me right now, because I'm doing work where I follow patterns. So right now I have decided I'm not going to make any, there's not going to be any rhyme or reason to my sewing. This is where I need to be, what do you call that? Crumb quilting. I take out all that stuff and I say my crummy series. You may see a lot of stuff on my crummy series because I think I'm just going to be crumbing and just sewing just to sew. Not to make a masterpiece, but just to sew. Exactly. Scrappy therapy. That's exactly it. When one door, yes, yes. And I say that it's so true because I was not in a good place yesterday. By the end of the day, I was not in a good place. My poor honey had never seen probably so many tears ever come out of me because I just didn't know what I was going to do. And of course he wants to hug it out and he's so wonderful and all that. It just was a little overwhelming. And then, it was like, there's a saying, and I'm going to say it wrong, but when one other thing goes wrong and it just sets you, like, that was it. And that could have been the littlest thing. It was like that little email I got about the sewing machine, when in retrospect, the money that they're asking for the sewing machine, which is a lot of money, but it's less than fixing a car. It just did me in. It was like, that's it. I've had it. I have no car. I have no sewing machine that works for my business. I was beyond myself, but I'm over it now. I picked up my car and I was driving home and I called my honey because he dropped me off in his car. And I said to him, I'm going to stop in and see my son Dylan at his job. He was working at this restaurant and he had been, asking me to stop in one day, always asking me to stop in one day and have a drink. And I'm not a person to have a drink. I had a drink. I had a very nice cocktail yesterday. He's a bartender, so I stopped in and I had a drink. I needed it. I needed to calm down my very, very frazzled anxiety and nerves. My nerves were shot. By 7 o'clock last night, my nerves were completely shot. I know those. That is the moment that can be so overwhelming. Yes. So, and I hadn't seen him in a while. So I goes, wow, this is a surprise, Mom. I never see you. I'm like, yeah, I know. And so he's like, uh-oh. And I go, no, 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 no. I said I came to say hi, and I did. But I also came because I needed not to be home at that particular moment. And I needed to see my son, and I needed to have a nice cocktail. And he did. Hello, New York City would like what? Uh, okay. Well, you have a wonderful day too, David. I'm trying to read it all, but my eyes are overwhelming right now. So I'll let you guys read. But anyway, so yes, so yes, I had a margarita. A margarita made everything feel much better. And so yeah, so I had a margarita, and then pizza. They had flatbread pizza. So I haven't been eating. That kind of screws with your mind too. So for 2 months, I passed the 2 month point that I was in the hospital for the diverticulitis. I have been slowly adding stuff into my diet. I'm knowing my diet right here and there, following it along, trying to figure it out. But white pizza. So pizza made with ricotta, no tomatoes, and spinach seems to be okay. So he's like, well, why don't you eat something? I was like, okay. And so he ordered me this wonderful pizza. It was the special. This is a very upscale 5-star beautiful restaurant. If you guys ever go to Woodstock, it's called Cochina. It's delicious. But I'm not going to joke. It's extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. My son picked up my tab. Mother's Day. He picked up my tab for me, and his manager was there. And so yes, so I had some white pizza, and it was ricotta cheese with some other kind of smoked cheese I never even heard of. It was because it's very hoity-toity, right? This is like a upscale, and I was in my clothes from work, so I didn't go in there like a schlum. I did actually was dressed pretty nice, so that's why I was like, well, I'm dressed nice, I'll go visit him. So I had spring onions, some kind of high-end bacon bits, and that was it. Oh, and it was supposed to have chili oil. I said no chili oil, nothing spicy. And it was okay. I mean, I'm a little tender today, but nothing that's terrible. Got that? No problem, Melanie. And so that's what I had. And then I came home in much better mood. Yeah, after I was there several hours, I drank about. He made me a baby. I don't. I'm not a drinker, so I didn't have the big, beautiful margarita glass that most people do. I had a little baby one that he made, like a little tiny thing, and I had about, I don't know, almost a bottle of water. Those like sparkling water situation thing. Um. So yeah. So I was there for a while. It was good. I got home. I don't know. It was pretty. It wasn't late. It was maybe 8 maybe I was home. Probably. I think I was home by 8. I probably got there because we left to pick up my car right after school. So I got there maybe at like 5:30, probably 5:30. Hi Sheila. I've been listening for a bit now and didn't want to interrupt. No problem. So yeah, so it was a well needed little visit. And so I woke up this morning. I'm good. I did some of my work. I made 2 videos. One, because what I had decided to do is, if I'm making these quilts that are going into these books. Oh, by the way, there's a new Fabric Cafe book out. I got it, but it's over there. And what I've started doing, and I don't know why I didn't think about this. I just thought about this recently. So the last 3 quilts I sewed for them, I've actually done videos of tips and tricks and what I've learned while making the quilt, also with some pressing instructions. So I've been doing that, and you won't see those until the book comes out. And of course, I've only just done that. This is my 3rd time doing that. So really, we have lots of books to come out before you will see those. But I did that this morning, and I did another one, a part 3 to the Showstopper quilt, the 2025 Showstopper quilt, because that's almost done. Hello, good morning, Chloe. If I missed anyone, I apologize because I wasn't even looking at this. Oh, Yes, E. Marie, I see. I don't think I told you a proper hello, Sherry. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Joyce came in. I'm going through all this stuff here. Barb came in. But anyway, so so I did do that this morning. And then I'm working on this, and this is okay because I want to finish this before I start going into my therapy sewing. Because I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a lot of therapy sewing going on over here. I don't know what we're making, but there'll be therapy sewing going on. I mean, I have to sprinkle in other things, when people send me stuff from, you know, from quilt companies. I will be making that. That's why they sent it. But for the most part, you're going to see a lot of, quilt therapy going on. Hello, Catherine. I will be taking my car camping because I have no choice. It's already booked, and I don't want to lose what was put in for the camping trip. So we'll just be buying lots of tarps. I'm using the camping tarp now. Well, today we'll be using the camping tarp. So I'll buy a couple more because I like to put a tarp on the ground before I put my tent on the ground. But anyway, let me show you what's going on here. And I'm already getting all sniffly and snarly, and my head is starting to hurt. And my eyes, because the allergies is so bad. But look, I did make it. Look in that bottom. And again, so this panel that you see here came from Soft Squares. So this is a thing that they're doing on Soft Squares on their Facebook page. But you have to go and email. Let me see if I put all this together. You have to go and email them to let them know if you want a panel. I don't know what panels they have, what panels they don't have left. But that's what I've been working on is panels. And I actually haven't spoken to Lynn. I have 2 more panels that she gave me. And I may do one more panel idea with it, and I may not actually. I have to see where I am. I had all these plans for all this stuff, but I really know that I need to just sew just to sew and not to make my brain explode right now. Sometimes when you have to follow a pattern, it really restricts you. And I don't even want to think about, isn't this crazy? I don't even want to think about fabric pulls. That's why I'm in the mood for just getting my scraps out. Because whatever happens in that scrap quilt happens in that scrap quilt. I don't have to worry if there's holiday fabric, if this fabric matches that fabric. No, it's going to be a big, giant fabric throw-up situation in one quilt. It's going to be the quilt explosion is what it's going to be. I'm trying to look at it. Talk to Honey. I don't know anything about eBay, but I do think I may want to start putting maybe scrap packs out of my nothing anybody sends me. That everything you guys send me is very special to me, so I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I have a lot. I don't have yardage, you know that. I have a lot of scraps, right, of all different colors and buckets. You've seen it. I may be putting some scrap packs together, right, and maybe put that up. Put my quilt tops up. I don't know. I'm being inventive ways. And so look at that. Work has been lovely. The kids are waiting, though. I will say the kids are very anxious. They want summer. They really do. They're not so much in school mode as they were when they first started. And our school goes to the very last day get this, the very last week of June. I think our last day is June 27th. So these poor kiddos and this poor gal have to go to school till the 27th. So we all feel like it's an extremely long school year, and we don't know why. Because we normally finish like the third week, I want to say, in June. There we are. Now, once I've got myself, scrappy quilts are fun. They are fun. I bet yes. Oh, they are. So they don't want to listen too much. Nah, they don't want to do this schoolwork anymore. No, they're over it. I mean, you know, they're kiddos. They are kiddos. Now, why do I feel like I'm missing? Oh, here it is. Because I am, because it's down over here. That's why I'm missing it. It's like I feel like I'm missing a whole row. Here it is. All right, so now we're going to take these rows and maybe make it look more like a quilt. It was so nice when we were kids and we got 3 months for summer. I know. I don't know what happened to those days. You know what happened to those days? We were talking as teachers. Most of us who have been there for a long time, right? We have a lot more holidays than we ever used to have before, actually. So, you know, you have to be in school for so many days. They don't consider, oh, they added this holiday in, so now that counts as a school day. No, I don't know what the magical number is, but you have to be in school for so many days. So if they add an extra holiday here and there, right? That just means now your school year is extended. So that's what's going on is holidays, as much as they're so much fun to celebrate, are impeding on when we get out of school. Not that we complain, right? Because when those holidays come up, we're all excited for them. So this quilt isn't going to necessarily be, you know, I'm telling you right now, nothing is lining up. And that's okay, because with this quilt, the cutting wasn't lining up and other stuff wasn't lining up. But you know what? There are bigger problems than the quilt lining up, right? So we're going to just saying this is not going to be one of Leanna's most treasured and perfect quilt tops. Not that they ever are. But like this here, I don't know. There's a little sagging here. And I think this is a little bit more than, here, maybe I could slide this over a little. A little bit more than just, what do you call that? When the feed dogs feed it in for you. Yeah, can't think of the word right now. But you all know what I mean. Sometimes when things ease, it's a little bit more than just easing in. We're just gonna see what happens. Let's see. Maybe it will ease in. Let me put more. Here we go. I can't read. Let's see. More holidays and snow days. Yes, we got a lot of snow days. That's why we did get a lot of snow days. Good point, Deb. Because that's why we got so many back for Memorial Day weekend. That's why instead of me having just Monday off, I literally have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday and that Tuesday. So that's like a whole week. So if they could have just not given us those days at the end of the week, at the end of the school year, we would have had 3 weeks instead of 4 weeks. Yeah, right. We would have had till the 3rd week of June, Joe. But instead, now we have to the last because of all that. Because summer was for farmers. Now we have working parents and they don't. Yes. Yep. When I was a kid, we didn't have snow days. Me neither, Joyce. I remember going to school with, I think, snow that looked taller than me. They also have teacher work days. Yeah, where the kids are off. That's true. Hi, Annette. Is your machine a left-handed one? No. just, Facebook. I don't know how long ago did this start happening, my peeps. I was all good when I was videoing. And then now, for some reason, everything is reversed. So let me show you. So here, like this here, you're reading this backwards. But before, you used to read that in regular, like you could see it. So I don't know why, but for some reason, when I go live, it's mirrored. When I do my videos, they're still okay. It's only when I go live on YouTube, everything is backwards. So I'm sorry, it's confusing. I tried everything. I actually took this to a professional and they said, nope, this is a bug or some kind of something between YouTube and phones, and there's nothing you could do. And it's not only me, it's a lot of content creators. We're all struggling with this. But welcome, Annette. So true, Joyce. We had more snow days. Kids nowadays have more days off. Yep. Yeah, no, it's unfortunately not. That would be cool. I know, they should think about that. Because, like, excuse me, I look at my kiddos at school. I mean, we still have left-handed kiddos. It's not like all of a sudden we're all going to have right-handed people. I don't understand why there aren't any more things out there for left-handed people. My dad was a lefty. Okay. If there was a hint of snowflake, the superintendent would call off school. They did not happen often in Louisiana. They are doing mental health days also. They are. They're not doing them at our school. I could use one of those right now. But I have to work. I looked through like my days. I have like no days left. Even all those days of all those years that I have stored up days, I would have to take so many unpaid days. That's why I just trudged through. I just stayed away from everyone the past couple of days. But yeah, so that's the story of my sickness. Was there was sickness and drama. And honestly, you all have been wonderful. You've all been sending me ideas of where to go to get a sewing machine. I don't have it in me anymore to hustle for a sewing machine. I just don't. I'm over it. There's just not enough time in the day. Like I have contacted, Baby Luck as an ambassador or something for my channel. That was a no. I've tried to figure out the Juki, and I know there's like Juki junkies and all this. I can't figure it out how to even go about that. I have like Pat has wonderful ideas of other like sewing machine shops. I guess I just don't have it in me to put the time in anymore because I have so much more important things. Not that a sewing machine isn't important, but I just have so much other stuff on my plate, like health and whatnot, that I can't put another thing on me. I just can't do it. Though I will try to see if my honey, if he has time. I mean, he's, been taking up some work and stuff like that. He does his stuff. He's wonderful. He's doing his thing. Like my bathroom went down. My bathroom had issues yesterday and he fixed them. So, and it has a quirk. So now, when I go to take a shower in a little bit, I have to turn the cold water on first so I could turn on the shower, because that happened yesterday too. And we couldn't figure, and I've noticed it was happening all week. And then finally I couldn't get it to work. And then we got it to work and we took it apart yesterday. And I said, well, just go to Lowe's and buy this. And he's like, no. He's like, let's see what we could do. So we soaked the whole thing to see if it was like built up from minerals. because we're on a well. And so we cleaned it and whatnot. And then we realized that the lever will only turn on the shower if it's only with cold water. But once you turn on the cold water and it goes up, you can then turn down the cold water and turn on the hot water, and you still get, and then you get you get you get a shower. So he's been great. When they took my car in and they diagnosed, they diagnose, and then there's other things wrong with the car. So he ordered parts for, even though it runs good, there's other issues with it. So he ordered the other issues that he said we YouTubed it, and we're just gonna do those other little minor things. Yesterday was a fun day. All started with that darn shower. Oh, I am missing all kinds of chat. I am sorry. Okay. What baby lock do you have? So this is a FOF that I'm sewing on now. The drama of the sewing machine is an Aria. It's an Aria. I can't afford to replace an Aria. There's no way. I couldn't even afford to buy the Aria in the first place. I bought it used, new to me. And at that time, I had saved so much. Like, I worked and saved so much money. And I bought that Aria for $1,500 used. And I got many years of love from it. I mean, I'm not like, I don't have any angst about that. I just can't afford a new one. And a new used one, she has, is it a Ballard or a Crescendo? I don't remember. She has something that's very similar like to it. But that's still like, I think it's like $2,500. So it's not happening. It's just not happening. I tried contacting. I have no problem. If someone wants, if there's a sewing machine company out there that wants to send me a sewing machine to use on my lives, that does the things that the Aria does, because I do need certain, it does help me, right, to make things go a little faster. That would be great, but I don't have it in me. I'm over it. Hey, today I'm just going to start the day. It's a new day. It's a new day. And look, I've got this wonderful quilt. I've got you guys. I miss not having a live. But I will say, I'm not a person to sleep in, but I really was sleeping to the very last moment, or at least laying in bed and resting. So, and when I came home, I'm not a night sewer. So when I came home last night, I also sewed for a little bit, like an hour before I went to bed, which is a highly unusual. But I needed to get in a little bit of sewing. Let's see. So here I am. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I did something with numbers. I'm pretty sure I did something with numbers. That's a lot of easing in. Okay, we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens here. I guess I should have measured all those blocks and made sure that everything. Remember, I totally screwed up with cutting this, and then I kind of at one point just started making stuff up. Just going for it. So we'll call this the Hot Mess Quilt. Brought to you by the Pastryqueen. Oh, man. Thank you. First time here. Just happened to find her what time or what day she's on. Well, thank you, Annette. I appreciate that. I am trying to get the subscriber numbers up and my watch hour numbers up to keep my channel growing. So I appreciate all of you. I've missed all of you. I cannot wait to just go all hot mess and sew. This channel. I'm usually regimented, but we're going to have some fun. And you know what? I'm sure I am not the only one out there. This is why I don't think I'm any more special than anybody else. I am not the only one out there with trials and tribulations in life. And you know what? There are going to be times that a lot of us are on complete spending sprees, right? Spending freeze, not sprees. I'd like to be on a spending spree. Spending freeze. So I'm just going to basically show you how to use what you got. We're just going to be using what we got. I'm thinking for years, have been collecting those darn, what do you call those, salvages? And I keep saying I'm going to do something with it. Well, now's the time. Now's the time. I'm going to be breaking out those salvages. We're going to figure out what to do with them. We're going to use everything we got because, everything is getting more expensive. So we have to sew. We have to sew. So we're going to sew and we're going to use everything we got. Let's see. Where did you all use soak it? I have some buildup. What do you mean soak it? I don't know what soak it is. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Anna. Good morning, Kimmy. My name is Leanna. I'm the Pastry Queen. This is a sewing channel. Okay. Well, welcome to the new world of YouTubing. Hello, good morning, Linda. I so too need to get on that bandwagon. Oh my goodness. So we have this. So I'm just making this because it's part of a challenge. And I don't know. And I was given these panels that came from Lynn at Soft Squares or Mr. Fix It, whoever you want to get it from. Just email them. They'll send it to you as long as you use it. I know Lynn will forgive me if I don't use the other two. I wanted to. It's just my headspace isn't maybe there yet. But I had to the end of the month anyway. So, okay. So what I'm doing now is I am just trudging through. I'm actually purposely not looking at where things lie on this quote because I think if I do, I don't want to start crying again. Oh, that one, nah, I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to go with it. And we'll see how bad it looks. Remember, we have to look at this piece of art from a distance. Nobody needs to magnify glass it. There we go. But you know what I've noticed is that this week that a lot of people have canceled lives and stuff due to sickness. So I guess it's not only me. I think there must be a lot of sickness going on out there. I have not been on Facebook. Oh, I should say I have hardly been on YouTube as well because my eyes are doing a weird thing. If I watch YouTube on my phone too long, they start doing this weird double vision-y looking headachy thing. So I've been trying to watch some YouTube on my TV, but that's kind of hard because I don't know if you guys have this problem, but honeys seem to like to control the remote control and the TV. The other day, and this was not yesterday, but the other day, I was really annoyed. I said, listen, buddy, I've been working all day at school. Not that you haven't been working, but I said, but you have a little bit more free time than I do, right? I said, I think when I come home, I think I should be able to have the remote control. Yes, this. I feel like honeys and men want this remote control. And I think they flick up and down just to flick up and down. That's the other crazy thing that drives me up the walls. And he does that. But I don't know a man who doesn't do that. They just flick and flick and flick. But yeah, I was like, I need to watch a show. And I need you not to touch this remote. Don't touch it. I don't care if it goes on. Because you know what happens? It goes, you know there's some of us out here, right? With the same struggle. You know it goes on commercial, and then they have enough nerve to pick that up and start flicking. Yep. Oh, I'll put it back on. I'll put it back on once the commercial ends. I want to know, how do they know the commercial is going to end? Is there a crystal ball out there for those men or women? I don't know. Some women might do this too. Let's see. No tears in cooking. No. Yes, exactly. Deb's like, yes, they do, right? It's like they control the remote control. I literally yanked it right out of his hands the other day. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm coming home from work. I want to watch something uninterrupted, not flicked through once it goes to commercial. I do love the sound of the sewing machine. Is pedal to the metal. Oh yeah, I thought I lost Bobbin, but I didn't. Hi Giovanna. Oh my goodness, yes. It says Leanna, you're killing me. I can't stop. Well, you know it's true with these darn remote controls and men. Oh. Yes, exactly, Pat. Mother, you're watching something. You leave the room for 2 seconds and you come back. And it's like, oh man, no. Oh, oh yes. The remote control, the trials and tribulations of men and remote controls is actually pretty funny. We're getting there. It's actually not so terrible. I do see the mistakes, but it's okay. Some person is going to love this. The person who didn't make it is going to love it. Oh, you missed me. I missed you guys too. And why I didn't get the memo. Yep. Oh my goodness. He's probably, and lately it's like, I know I watch sometimes I watch trash TV. I admit it, okay? And he does not like it. But man, he watches the most strangest things sometimes. Besides all the sports, he just watches some strange stuff. Like on YouTube. Like he's got this thing now with this guy he found. This guy, they call him the rat killer in New York City or something like that. And he goes around killing these giant rats using some kind of device he created, or I don't know. I was like, why are you even watching that? He goes, I don't even know why I'm watching it. I go, now you understand my trash TV. Because it's like you see a train wreck, but you just can't look away. I have control over my controls. Well, that's good. That's good. I keep the remotes between us and he moves them to his side. Yes. So at night, I will have the remote by me and then I feel this, like on the blankets. I'm like, what are you doing? Looking for the remote. You don't need the remote. It's okay. I got it. Until I fall asleep, this remote is staying with me. Oh, yep. The padding of the blankets to find the remote. Well, if you cry while quilting, you can wipe the tears with the quilt. That's true. So true. Oh, okay. So, well, now we're good because it seems like there's the last 2 lines was no easement, just easy street. All right. So here we are. Okay, so I think I have one more row and then we're done. We got this. Maybe I should have gotten some, nope. No, I was going to say, maybe I should have gotten some of the coordinating fabrics. I think she had, and by she, I mean Lynn, had coordinating fabrics for this panel. But no, I shouldn't. I just need to use what I got. And we'll figure out a border, and it'll look nice. It'll look beautiful. And maybe it just won't have a border. Then we don't have to think about borders. Coming soon to a TV near you. Remote wars. Yes. I would put the remote in the bathroom. That's funny. Yeah, but he would find it there. It's funny because no, Sheila, I wouldn't last as men wouldn't watch. Yes, that's true. Oh my God. Hey, you know, sometimes he doesn't put the remote where it should go, and then he's looking for the remote, and like sheets are going off, blankets are going off of the bed because when I done with the remote, I put it on my nightstand. Spilling all the tea about honey, and he's such a great man to me, and here I am spilling all the tea, and you know, he leaves it in the blankets because he'll fall asleep, and then the remote just stays wherever he had it in the bed. So in the morning, the TV's off, and you want to get there. Yeah, sometimes it'll be like right before we go to bed, and nobody's watched the TV in the bedroom all day, right? Because we're all working. And yeah, it's funny. It is. I'm telling you, pillows are flying, blankets are flying off the bed. He's padding around trying to look for it. Most of the time, it has either fallen over to the side or it's on the floor. Or I just sit there and look and go, wow, okay. Well, put it in one of the drawers and it will take time to find. Yeah, it's just funny, right? I don't know. But it's been like that as long as I've known. Like, I wish I could say different. I don't like to stereotype, but I wish I could say it was different. I don't know. First of all, growing up before there were remote controls, we were the remote controls, right? The kids were the remote controls, right? Grandma and grandpa be like, you know, change that channel, or yeah, the kids were the remote controls. Your parents, you were the remote control. But you know, even when we were the remote control, I remember like my grandpa and a commercial would come on. Leanna, get over there and change the channel. Find something else to watch that doesn't have a commercial on right now. And so I'd be there flicking, right? Because it was the dial way back in the day. And then by the time you flip the dial 4 or 5 times, then it would be like, oh, put it back. Let's see if the show's back on. So I don't know. It's been like that even before the days of remotes. It's I think it's just an ingrained situation going on. And it's funny because I never remember my grandmother. Like, she wasn't part of that whole remote changing channels thing on a TV. And then do you remember you would be changing the channel for them to find something, and then you would get close to the TV and 2 seconds look at the screen and they'd be like, back up from the TV, you're gonna hurt your eyes, you're too close to the screen, you're gonna go blind. Looking back, I'm just thinking now, I mean, you guys, actually, I'm reminiscing with you, and I'm thinking in those days, and I'm thinking, you know, that's crazy. They made me go flick, and then they would be yelling at me because I was looking at the screen too close. All right, I'm excited. This is the last pass for this book. Tell me I didn't lose Bobbin. Oh, I lost Bobbin. I didn't hear it this time. I normally hear it. Wouldn't you know it, I would lose Bobbin. Right when I'm about ready to have that last thing, that last pass. Oh, that's so annoying. All right. Well, the good news is I have 1 Bobbin here left. So I I have to wind more up. Well, if this is the sewing machine I'm keeping in this table, it vibrates in this table. I might have to invest in the insert for this table. So Steady. I think So Steady is. Oh wait. Oh. Okay. I must have lost this. I lost this from the very beginning. Okay. Let's. So I pinned that, sewed, for no reason, because now I have to go back. Well, you know what? Everything matched up, so we're just gonna hope and pray. I'm not repinning this. I'm definitely not repinning this. We're going to have a leap of faith here and just go with it. Maybe I'll pin towards the end so that if there is any crazy easement. Let's see. Nope, we're good. Okay. I'm so excited. I want to see it. I want to see it done. Here we are. All right. You know what? I don't think it's a So Steady. I think So Steady makes the top tables, which I already have. It's the insert, and it's for this table maker. Who's the table maker? It's a very popular table maker, but I don't remember. Let's see. Let me go back with the remote wars. Yes, that's where we left off. Remote wars here. And the drawers. You need to kiss him to distract him. I'm trying to go to bed, Giovanna, at that point. Even the best men have their quirks, but then so do women. I guess it's a lot. We sure do. He deals with my crap. I'm sure I drive him bananas. I could tell you the things I do to drive him bananas. I complain about the remotes, but I will tell you what drives him nuts. He will empty the dishwasher and put the stuff in random places, and that drives me nuts. So I'm very particular. The forks go in the fork section, and the small forks go in the small forks, and the large forks go in the large forks, and yada 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 yada. Okay, but he's like, it's a silverware drawer. Just the silverware goes where the silverware goes. So I know I have my quirks, and he puts away the bowls where they're the plates, and I'm like, can the plates go in this cabinet and the bowls go here? But these bowls are only for these kind of bowls. The other Pyrex bowls go on that other thing, and then the kitchen bowls go across in the other section, and he just puts the bowls where the bowls. So I get it. I have like a bit of a control freak when it comes to how my kitchen is. Well, I am a chef, so I'm a control freak when it comes to my kitchen. I like things to be exactly where they are. So if you take it from there, you put it back in there. Same thing with the spices and, the rice and stuff, right? Food. I even have this is where the tomato sauce section is. So yes, I have my quirks. I probably drive him nuts. He probably says all women do that. My hubby falls asleep with the remote in his hands. Yes, Joe, that's happened to us a couple times, and then that's what happens. And then he turns over and the remote goes flicking. I can't tell you how many times in the middle of the night I wake up because the remote has hit the floor or the wall. You can make a little storage pocket that is on the side of the bed, casually slip it in there. Yeah, except for Sheila, he has a whole table next to him, and it is right there. He can't, he just has to take the 2 seconds to put it on there. I didn't have more than one channel. Wow. No, grandma was cleaning and cooking. Yup. Can you imagine waking up because the remote put on the TV on because you moved on to? Yes, that's happened. Yes, that's happened. I don't have to share the remote, but I also don't have anyone to help fix stuff. Yes, or take care of me. That's true. Oh, good morning, Alicia. You feeling okay, girl? I was looking for you last night. Oh, yes, because we are all a little so sorry for your troubles, Anna, but it's great to see you. Oh yeah, no, it's just part of life. You have to move on. Uh you Sheila's like you absolutely have to separate the summer. I can't tell you. So it's funny because my kids obviously grew up in my house. My honey is not my kid's dad. I was married for almost 10 years, and so the three kids of mine was from my first husband. And so they've lived with a controlling mom when it comes to the kitchen. They were free range, very, them. They're all very artist, very sports orientated, and so I was a very open mom. But my kitchen, I had my kitchen a certain way, so my kids will open up and go, "Oh, why does he keep doing this?" That's actually funny because I rubbed off on them. And then Melanie says, I think all men do that unless they cook. Oh, my husband won't even run the dishwasher because he says I have a certain way of loading it, and he's correct. So true, Linda. So true. That's another thing that he has to live with me, because he will load the dishwasher and I will completely unload it and reload it. Every morning I go downstairs before I go to work, and yeah, that's a little bit of a situation, because before I go to work, I will, eat something and put it in the dishwasher, and the dishwasher will never be the way it should be loaded, right? Even after 8 years with him, it still won't be loaded, right? And right, and I'm sitting there before I put my teacup and my plate, and I'm rearranging everything, and then put my stuff away, and then I'll come home from school, and then I'll like use a cup or something and put it in there, and then I have to reshuffle everything again. Like the stuff that I shuffled the morning is in the right spot, but whatever was used during the day is not in the right spot. So Linda, yes, I am picky about it. I fixed the remote control problem here. I downloaded the app on my phone so I have control whenever I want. That's so funny you said that, Andrew. I was just thinking about that. That just came. So Roku, you could do that with. I don't know if you can do that with Amazon stick, but I know you can do it with the Roku stick, and we have a Roku or Roku, however you want to say it, in our bedroom. And I was thinking about downloading that. Oh, I don't know what the rotary blade debacle was. I was afraid to even ask Alicia because I'm such a baby, and just me saying that right now just kind of freaked me out, because I'm envisioning that you cut your finger off, okay? Honestly, and I can't deal with blood and even the thought of that. Well, a lot of men do that because they don't want to do it, and they do it on purpose to make you do it. The kitchen is a workplace. You don't expect a mechanic to search for his. Oh, he knows. He knows if I'm doing something and something is not in the spot it should be in the kitchen, I go bananas. I do. I will admit it, and he has to deal with me. I have to deal with him. Has to deal with me because I'm like, where is the wooden spoon that has a heart on the handle? Why can't I find? And then I'm looking everywhere and going here and going there. And then I sit there and rant. I do. I rant. I go, I just don't understand why you just can't put that spoon right in this spot. He goes, honey, it's a spoon. And he's right. I got to get over myself. I got to get over myself too. When I redid my bedroom, I got rid of the TV. My honey doesn't miss it. You know what, Anna? I wish I could say that, but honestly, I think I've been programmed like that as a child, because TV was like, it wasn't a new thing when I was a child, but it was a thing where people started putting them in bedrooms and stuff, and parents put them in bedrooms to entertain their children. And I think I was one of those children. And so, like, I feel like I can't sleep unless I have the TV on. I sleep immediately, but I fall asleep to the TV. And I have a hard time. Even when I'm camping, I have to have my phone on some kind of show. It's a thing. I know. I need to reprogram my brain. Good morning, Norma. My husband doesn't know where anything is in the kitchen. Yeah, and I know. I believe on that one. I met her husband. Oh, Anna, he loves you. At least he serenades you all the time. I hope you guys had fun yesterday. I never did make it to Quilter's Attic to pick up my sewing machine last night because by the time I got out of picking up my car, which was another debacle, they couldn't find paperwork. It took forever to get my car out of the dealer. And I was gonna they closed at 6, so I would have missed their I would have driven an hour just to find out that they were closed. And I'll do it another day. But yeah. Um her husband was playing last night and I was thinking about going, but I ended up visiting my son. Instead, my headspace wasn't there last night. But definitely will be visiting this weekend. Not but pretty bad. 5 stitches. Oh, I am the same way about my kitchen. I am a chef. Oh, you're a chef as well? I didn't know that. And things have to be just right for me. Yup. No, he is not right. I left my husband load the dishwasher however he wants to. I just rearrange things to suit me before I start. Well, I let him do that too. I just have to take everything out and put it back before I do it. Oh, oh, I'm glad. I just couldn't do the drive, and I honestly, my state of mind was just not there. But I'm excited for Friday. No, not Friday, Saturday. Even though Anna's not gonna be there. But Anna, I think you should reconsider. It's a good time. I mean, I haven't been there in a long time, but that Earth Day festival that they're having in Kingston is a fun time. I mean, many years ago, it may be boring this one. You'll show up and you'll be like, what is Leanna saying? There's only 3 people here. That's not fun. But it usually is a nice time. And it's close to home for me. So I am really going to try very hard to go on Saturday. Sunday's going to be hard. I didn't realize Sunday's Mother's Day. And the event, they're having a beautiful Spanish event there. It's going to be fabulous. But I don't know what my kiddos are doing. And my honey, he has stuff to do with his own mother. So it looks like Monday, I have no idea. Not Monday, Sunday. Monday, I know I have to be at work. Is this the panel challenge? Yes. So this is it. This is it right here. Let's see. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to put you on the floor here for a second. We go over here and span over. I'm sorry if I'm making the camera too much. I'll take a picture and I'll post it. I actually do like it. I'm not even looking. Hopefully I'll see you on Sunday. He plays at 3. Well, Anna, it's Mother's Day, and now I'm getting all kinds of flack. Honey, I think we should be fine because Honey is trying to move everything for his family to lunchtime, and my kiddos are working. And my one son, who I'm not sure what he's doing, I may just drag Luke and say, it's Mother's Day, and so we're not going to be doing paint and sip, and we're not going to be making a quilt, but I'm going to make you come and salsa dance, maybe. Maybe he needs to come and salsa dance with his mama. Let's see, I'm trying to get it as far as I can. So this was the original pattern right here. It's called Bounce by Villa Rosa. And so my honey's take when he saw this, he says, you know what I see? I go, what do you see, honey? He says, it's really, and I don't want to be a bad, but row 1 doesn't match up. Yes, I know. Row 1? Wait, row 1 is there. Nothing really matches. Like that doesn't match. You see that? That doesn't match there. Everything else, it is what it is. It's what it is. So you know what he told me about this? He told me that this reminds him of a VCR or a remote control. I kid you not. He said it reminded him of a remote control on a VCR. Only there. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Where else? I guess I should look at it. Here, it's very noticeable. I feel like it's really noticeable here, and it's really noticeable here, and it's really noticeable here. This actually lined up pretty good. Noticeable a little bit here. This actually lined up pretty good. Those are the spots that I can see where it's really noticeable. So he says it's like the push buttons for rewind and fast forward. Yeah, so my son is my one son will be working at that bar, that was the restaurant. Last year I went to him, and as a matter of fact, I may, because this event is only till 5:30. So what I may do is go little dancing and then go over and grab a meal over there and visit my other son for Mother's Day at the other place. So yeah. Anyway, this is it. I'm gonna take a picture and we'll see what happens. But it's 8:00. Well, for me, it's like, see, that clock tells me it's 8:03 because I have it set so far ahead. It's 7:56 in real life here. This is so true. Yes, he says that that's what that reminds him of. But anyway, I do have to get to work. I better go downstairs in the shower, turn on the cold water first so that the shower starts. Then add some hot water into it and take a shower. And anyway, it's all good. Life is good. I'm alive. That's all that matters. I'm waking. I get to see people. I'm with you, beautiful people. So all is good. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. It's free. It's free. You don't have to pay the 99 cents to be a member. I appreciate it if you do a monthly, but just subscribe. Oh, there will be 2 other bands before them. Yes. So take care. See you all soon. Bye.